Hi everybody, how you doing? It's been a minute, hasn't it? I'm Pabs, a right-themed VTuber and an artist. And today we're going to be checking out a program called Paint3D. Now this is a program that I have seen on my computer, but I haven't really tried it yet. Let me, hang on. I got a kind of a... Which one should I use, this one? How about... No, not that one. I'm trying to figure out which window would be best to capture this in. Maybe the Live 2D window, actually. I've been using that one to capture, like, old-ass games or, like, stuff like, what do you call? What you're cooking up today? I'm trying out Paint3D. I'm hoping to have fun with it, honestly. I do think it seems like an interesting program. It's not showing up, though. I wonder why that is. Paint3D, okay. Maybe the program's shy. Hang on. Should I... Paint3D won't be available in Microsoft Store. Receive future updates starting November 4th, 2024. Damn, that's crazy. Hang on. Why is it not showing up? You're so lucky you got that. I don't have it on my PC. Damn. I wonder if there's a way we could, like, you know, there might be a way to... Wait, no, hang on. Why? Oh, wait, I've got an idea. Hang on. Let me try something. Will this work? Why is it not showing up? There's a link from a Google Drive you can download from. Yes, let's go! It's here! Okay, it's here. Let's go. Okay. I was really worried that it wouldn't show up properly. But now my worries are assuaged. There's nothing to fear. That being said, I don't know anything about this program. I wanted to try this one out because Mielita drew a really cute PNG tuber in it. So I wanted to see if it was possible to do something funny with it as well. But this is quite the pickle. Okay, let's just try and do... Let's do the sun first, actually. I feel like the sun would be a pretty good one to start out with. But let's... Oh, wait, okay. Oh, I see. Is there a way that we can get rid of this? Or, like, is there a way to control this paper? Hang on. 3D library, canvas options. Show canvas off. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Okay, now we're cooking. Okay, let's see. Interaction controls. Nope. Brushes. This is the one. Okay. Gosh, this is so much more sleek looking than than my usual CSP stuff because, like, I don't have. Hang on, is my arm flipping over it? Just a little bit. It's kind of exciting. My CSP windows are usually pretty cluttered because I love having windows open. So I don't know. This is kind of fun. I think I'm still on the eraser tool. Yep, I was. Okay, let's try and do... What about the oil brush? What's that look? Oh, oh, that is some texture. Oh, I'm not sure if I like that, actually. Also, the canvas doesn't seem to be of a particularly high resolution. Let's try... Hang on, menu. New. Don't save, that's fine. What? Wait, do I not get to select how big the canvas is? Oh, here we go, hang on. Oh, yeah, here we go. Width, height. Okay, let's do 2000 by 2000. There we go. Hey, I noticed that you're locking the aspect ratio. I'd appreciate it if you didn't do that. I'm a trained professional. If I say 2000 by 2000, you give me 2000 by 2000. Ay. Okay, so that's what the oil paint texture is like. This one's a little bit off. It's gonna take some getting used to because I'm not. Hang on, are there like settings? I've been doing quite well. I have well, actually, no, I haven't been doing too well, but but things are getting better. Like, life has actually been quite miserable, but it's getting much better. Yeah. How about you? How have you been up to? What have you been doing? How have you been? You were in the trenches. I wasn't. I was in the trenches. Yes. Oh, it's like. Oh, it's like. That was a bit concerning. Well, I feel at ease, so don't worry. Okay. What about the crayon? What's that look like? Oh, it's. Yeah, close enough. Welcome back, MS Paint. This probably was developed as some kind of like what would you call? Some kind of like sequel program to MS Paint, I'm guessing. Hang on, where is... Okay, so that's a crayon. This is the aerosol spray. We all know what that is. Been good. Things look to be picking up a bit, but so far no complaints. That's good to hear. Sounds like you're handling stuff well. I'm glad. Hi, the paint bucket tool has been drawing a bit. That's always great. I'm happy to hear that. What is this thing? A pixel pen. Oh, neat. Yeah, that looks like a pixel, all right. But yeah, God, this is gonna take some getting used to because I'm used to having all my keyboard shortcuts from what do you call CSP. Okay, so that's a little bit about each of the brushes. Wait, what about this one? Calligraphy pen. Oh, that's so fancy. Hang on. Neat. Very, very cool little handwriting tool. But yeah, we don't need all that right now. I think we can just go with the normal marker brush because that looks the most... Basic isn't the right word. The most manageable. Hang on. Gloss. Does that look different in the 3D view? Oh, I see. So you can just flip it around. That's... Okay. Does the pencil have different effects as well? Not quite. Dull metal, polished metal. What's a polished metal look like? Doesn't seem to be that much different if I'm being honest. I wonder, how can I make it like more 3D-ish? Oh! 3D doodle, here we go. Oh! This is gonna be fun. Oh, hell yes. Okay. And that's what the... Okay, I see. And this... Oh! Okay, so these are for... Okay, so this gloss stuff affects it... Wait, what? Why does it have... Why does it have like a... When I draw, it creates a little timer near where I started the line. That's so weird. Oh, I see. It gives you a maximum length for each of these. Alright, that's fair. Okay. Okay, so if we draw something here, and we turn on the 3D view... Oh, it puts it in front of the canvas. Huh. Interesting. Okay. We can have taper on it. We can have... What is this? Soft edge. Inflate a flat doodle into a 3D object. Yes. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's try that. And we can just use the marker, I think. Maybe something like this. And we can reduce the thickness a little bit just to... Nope, not quite. Yes, okay. We can increase the thickness again, I think. Okay, then over here. I'm not... This is very new to me as well, because, like, there's no layering or anything. You can't just use layers, and there's not a lot of the ordinary options either. So, like, the things like the gradient mapping and everything. I don't know, this is kind of refreshing. I'm glad that I picked this as, like, the one that I used when I came back. Okay, going to 3D shapes. Can we use the soft edge on this? Oh god, this is not what I had in mind. What the fuck? Wait, what the... There we go. So when I tried to do that, it created this. Mission accomplished? I just... Wait, why is it just showing the... Oh god, it's in tutorial. Wait, what is that? That looks really interesting. Where... That's not showing up on my screen! Dude, where are you showing that? Yeah, okay, that's probably showing how to... Oh, I see. It's in, like, tutorial mode or something. Stop... Oh, wait, hang on. There's the pop-up. Okay, I don't know why it keeps... freaking out like that. That's very odd. Hang on. Capture audio, allow transparency. Limit capture frame data? I don't think that's gonna help. Oh, did the program vanish? Oh, snap. Oh, capture cursor would be good. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. Okay. That was quite weird. What's this one? Sharp edge. Oh, okay. Okay, I need to find a way to disable these pop-ups. Where do I go to do that? Settings. Show perspective, show welcome screen, adjust display quality, smooth textures. No, there isn't. There isn't a way to take away the tooltips. This might be a problem. Okay, if I go to like those settings where I can go to like canvas options. Okay, so the canvas doesn't... If I turn off the canvas, it also turns off the drawing. That's good to know. Okay, I think I've got an idea for how to do this then. Still, that is quite strange. Let's try this. Okay, that's just a sphere. Not quite what I had in mind, honestly. Let's try... Oh, half sphere. Here we go. Okay. Roll, pitch, and yaw. Oh, this is so weird looking. I love it. Can I? Okay, and I can flatten it too. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Nice. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. And can I draw on top of this flattened sphere? Like if I grab this... Stop showing me the tooltip. Stop showing me the tooltip. Oh yeah, there. I mean, it's kind of... It's kind of... This is supposed to be a circle. It's kind of frumpy looking. Let's try this again. Okay. Okay, how's that looking? Please stop showing the tooltip. Stop showing me the tooltip. Okay. It looks a little bit like a macaron, doesn't it? Let's see. 3D library. Where's like the select? 3D models. Oh, what the fuck? Is this like posable? Hang on. No, okay, you can't pose it or nothing, but that's still... Oh, that's very kind of like Alchemist making a homunculus. We can make a dog. What the dog doing? What other things we can make? We can make a cat. And then I guess we can also make a fish. Those are the 3 kinds of animals on Earth. As is known. It's been documented. That's so... Alright, let's get rid of the pet shop here. This does, however, beg the question of what can I do to maybe... Hang on. Capture full screen application. Wait, I've got it. Maybe I can... No. Hang on, maybe... What about... Okay, let me Google something real quick. How to turn off tutorials in Paint3D. Let's see. R/PC building simulator. That's not even remotely what I'm talking about. What are you What do you mean? Okay, let's see. Might as well crack open the web browser source. Paint3D quick start guide. Would you look at that? Make sure you are using the PC. What do you mean? Make sure you are using the PC when you open up this application. You know, instead of like maybe visualizing it in your mind. I can see why that's an important step. Click on the window icon and then next on Paint3D. When Paint3D opens, click on New. Blank canvas in the center. Brushes can be used to paint on both 2D and 3D surfaces. That's good to know, actually. That is important. Yo, they turned this dog into like a punk rocker. 2D shapes can be used to draw on both 3D and 2D surfaces. Okay, yep. That all tracks. Instructions unclear. Using the app on my 1960s fridge. God. I'm just imagining you using like a hammer or something to like, you know, ding the fridge into the shape you're trying to make. Now that's some 3D art. Okay. 3D shapes contain basic 3D models and objects, as well as doodle tools and a small selection of 3D objects. The doodle tools let you draw tubular shapes, rounded shapes, and sharp-edged shapes. The tube brush has a size limit and will fill a clock to show how much space you have remaining. Oh yeah, that's what I meant. When using the other doodle tools, your first click will be represented by a circle. Your shape is rendered when you turn to the dot. Freehand draw curved lines by holding down in the mouse button. Okay, that makes sense so far. Huh. You can also make like a negative face inside the shapes. That's really good to know as well. Okay, I'm not sure I'm the biggest fan of those like eyes on the dog. I don't know about that one, Chief. Text tool. Okay, text tool is really cool. I like that. Use some magic selector to select an object without selecting the canvas behind it. What? Oh, there's lighting effects too. Okay, that's pretty advanced, honestly. People have made like stoves on this fucking app. That's crazy. But not unfeasible, honestly. I can imagine it, but it would take a lot of effort, but it's definitely possible. Okay. It doesn't seem like there's a way to turn off those tooltips though, so we're gonna have to bear with that. Unless something drastic occurs. Okay, then we gotta do it like this. Flatten this out a little bit. Bring it forward. Yes, bro. Okay, and now we can use the ordinary brush to draw on top of the 3D object. Maybe a little less thick than that. A little bit thicker. Okay. How do I... Okay. Wait, that looks really funny, actually. Hang on. Wait, no, I didn't mean to click on mixed reality. What are you doing? Okay, how do I... help? Okay, there we go. Nope, don't make another one. That's not what I wanted you to do. Ay. Hang on, 3D shapes. Okay, not bad. But we can do better, it feels like. I accidentally clicked on mixed reality again. God damn it. Mialita made this look so easy. She really did. Mialita is a strong one for being able to... don't put a cylinder there. You know, Mialita figuring this program out is a testament to her mental power. I think it's like one of those situations, like, you know, with like a wild horse, there's like a, you know, if it can sense your fear, it won't respect you, so it'll just like try to like knock you off and shit. I feel like this is a very similar kind of thing, and I haven't earned its respect yet. I haven't like attained sufficient Paint3D karma. Okay, here we go. Yes, my plan's coming to fruition. The good news is that it's letting me copy and paste these thingamajigs super easily. Really wish it would stop showing the tutorial every 3 seconds, but that's life, I suppose. Okay, not bad, not bad. How about, wait, actually, what's the 3D situation looking like here? Honestly, that's pretty good. I like that. It's like a printer? It's exactly like a printer. I couldn't have said it better myself. Not quite what I... Oh, that's a tube tool, that's why. Oh god, why does it look like that? Hang on. What? It looks... It looks sick. It looks like the Eraserhead baby. Like, why do you look like that, man? My sickly worm, my deceased leech. Okay, this one's looking a lot better. I would love to show it to you guys, but these fucking pop-ups keep happening. Alright, look. It reminds me a little bit of the Movistar logo. Okay, then move this. Nope. No, that's not... Oh, it's not liking the wiggly shape of this, I think. This might be problematic. Hang on. Please, God. Why are you... Okay, I think we got it. Good lord. That was a whole federal issue. What do we take those? That was fun. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. I'm really... I almost dropped my microphone. I'm having fun. Let's see. Okay, let's use a little bit of the red, just a tiny bit, with the aerosol on the edges here. Yes, okay. Can this affect like multiple surfaces, or do I have to go one by one? I think I have to go one by one. That's fine, that's a-okay. Okay, and then for my next trick, I am going to use the marker pen. I'm gonna just doodle around the edges here to kind of create the sense of depth. This is quite challenging. I don't like the red tips on the little sunbursts. What I could do though is I could add like a little bit of orange to the edge of this like little egg yolk type of face it's got here. I feel like that'll make it feel less uncanny. Maybe some of the kind of like egg yolk yellow down here too. That's looking pretty good, honestly. I'm liking that. Now, how do we make it more 3D from back here? "3D shapes." I wonder, could we flip this around even? Yes, okay. Okay, I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. I'm barely even noticing the annoying little tutorials now. Yeah, I think those guys like to take their opportunities when I'm using 3D stuff. And that makes sense too, because I'm familiar with 3D stuff, but not everybody is. Okay, so let's... Okay, we've made the sun. Alright, let's save as a copy, Paint3D object. Save as, or save? No, we can save it as. So let's save as a 3D model. .glb. Do we have... Okay, I've never heard of the .glb file format before. Sun from 3D Paint. .glb. Great Libbish Pound. Let's see. .glb file. .goblin. GLITF. What the what's all that about? GITF, graphics library in transmission format, or GL transmission format. Girls love. You know what? That's true. There's the Yuri file format is crazy. Standard file format for 3-dimensional scenes and model. They got Yuri. Uses one of the 2 possible file formats. .gltf or .glb, one of which is binary and the other one which is ASCII. Both GLTF and GLB file types may reference external binary and texture resources. I don't know what that means. Both formats may be self-contained by directly embedding binary data as base64 encoded strings in .gltf files or as raw byte arrays in .glb files. Okay, I see. I don't understand at all. An open standard developed and maintained by the Kronos. That sounds like such an evil that's an evil company name, bro. That sounds like you guys sound like you've got like a demon chained in the bottommost basement of your headquarters, man. An open, non-profit, member-driven consortium of 170 organizations developing, publishing, and maintaining royalty-free interoperability standards for 3D graphics. These people are saints! Why do you have such an evil-sounding name? Like, these are genuinely people doing everything for the love of humanity, and they're trying to make information accessible. They're trying to make standards optimized and universal so that everybody may benefit from them, and they sound like they are building a death ray. Kronos Consortium. The open standards and associated conformance tests enable software applications and middleware to effectively harness authoring and accelerated playback of dynamic media across a wide variety of platforms and devices. 2000 by companies including 3D Labs, ATI, Discrete, Evans and Sutherland. I feel like I've heard of that one. Intel, definitely heard of that one. God of War ass name. Literally. Promoter members include AMD, Apple, ARM, Epic Games, Google, Huawei, Nokia, Imagination, Intel, Nvidia, Qualcomm, Samsung, Sony, Valve, and VerSilicon. Is there anybody who doesn't fuck with these guys? That's crazy. Each specification and standard is managed by a working group which is established to define the requirements, solicit input, discuss, and create a specification. There are currently 16 working groups. Oh, okay. Active standards. Collada, a file format intended to facilitate interchange of 3D assets. EGL, an interface between Kronos' rendering API, such as OpenGL ES or OpenVG, and the underlying native platform Windows system. Okay. Oh, wait, no. Wait. That makes sense, actually, because one of the file formats I was able to export this to was .egl. So if I save as and 3D model, I have the... oh, wait, no. I have GLB and also 3MF. Okay. Low overhead computer graphics API, Vulkan SC. Wait, I remember this one, actually. A low-level, low-overhead cross-platform API and open standard for 3D graphics and computing. Address the shortcomings of OpenGL and allow developers more control over the GPU. Let's see. Vulkan is intended to offer higher performance and more efficient CPU and GPU usage compared to... Nope, get out of there. GPU usage compared to older OpenGL and Direct3D 11 APIs. Multi-level threading friendly design. I remember also here's another God of War ass name, by the way. Well, actually no, God of War did Greek gods. Vulkan was the Roman one, I think. Okay. Anyway, back to let's go back to the actual thing. Where's the Drake? Where's the door? Where did I put you? Hang on. Oh, there you are. Perfect. Okay. So if I go to my art folder, can I just drop this into CSP straight up? Hang on. Am I allowed to do that? Is that legal? No shot. Yo. Hey, Toast, how you doing? I am very bouncy, thank you. I've been using PNG Tuber Plus for a while, and it's been treating me really well. Although I hear that the version got depreciated because the original developer kind of crashed out a little bit. So I'm planning to switch over to another one that I saw recently. Not sure how that's gonna go, but I'll be sure to provide some inform. What the? There's two? Oops. Oh god, this is so weird. Hang on, if I open up this subtool, oh god, it's each of these is a node. Oh, that is fucked. Oh my god, that's awful. But I guess that's okay though. That's Oh, this is what it looks like when you don't apply the light source. That's neat. Honestly, this could work if you're just going for like a lightweight sort of thing. If you're just trying to arrange something quickly, you can just mock something up in 3D Paint and then just have this be... Hang on. How do I need to select the whole thing. There we go. Bro, come on. Wait, no, here we go. Yes. Yes, bro. Okay. This looks so good. This does look really good. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Yo, there's the void is here. What the fuck is that? It's like some kind of weird blind spot. You know, this could actually work pretty well for like the if I was still doing live 2D stuff, this could help really well for rigging for like looking from side to side. That would be such a weird and esoteric method of of like a workflow. Well, I guess whatever gets results, right? Don't you agree? Alright, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Anyway, how do I get rid of the... Well, maybe it's just some kind of malfunction of its design. Okay, we have the sun here. Let's do something else while we're here. You know, we've only been going for around 40 minutes. Even if I load up like something like Ballad or some shit, that's just gonna be... It's not gonna be enough to fill the time slot. So let's go back to 3D Paint. I haven't actually played Ballad. I don't think I've downloaded it. It's in my Steam library for sure, but I don't have Ballad installed or anything. Save. Let's call this... I mean, we could just call it the sun. Alright, let's make a new one. So the canvas size is 2000 by 2000. Okay, for sure that works. Alright, I think the next one that I'm gonna try to do me next. And it's perfect too, because we got basically all my colors here already. What if I want it to be glossy though? Would I be... Is that something we can arrange? Oh boy, okay. This is gonna look so frumpy looking. Alright. Then next up, another arm. We could probably make this... no, let's redo that one, actually. Okay, then another... I guess if we're going by order of operations, so the next part would be the head. Just a slight pink tinge for that. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm heading in the right direction with this. Whatever. It's important to have bravery. How do I flip this? Oh god, this is gonna... I'm worried about what this is gonna look like at the end of when everything is said and done. Oh no, I'm hunched over. My posture is terrible. Let's put you over here. And honestly, we could probably stand to make the front part a little bit thicker too. Oh god, okay. What? Gamer stance. I came back to that. Welcome back. Oh, good heavens. Okay, next up, the pants, I suppose. What color? My pants are like this kind of like bluish, right? Let's see. It's also getting some. It's also taking some getting used to for some of the actions. Like for example, the 3D brush that I'm using right now is one that. Can you please stop looping the tutorial, please? I'm not. I don't even have it selected. Why do you? Okay, there we go. No, stop showing random ass tutorials. Stop showing me the star on the ball. I hate it. I hate the tiny little star, and I hate the ball. Finally. Okay, there we go. $180. There we go. And then over here. Stance the fuck up. Why does it play so many tutorials? The problem is that like I'm not seeing the tutorials. It's just showing them for some reason. I don't know why it keeps showing me the tutorials. It's insatiable. It's perverse. I'm also not happy about the tutorials. Okay. Please stop showing me the star. I'm sickened. Wait, maybe if I just go... No, that just replaces the tutorial with something else. God damn it. Should I make my feet? Okay, there we go. Turn that star into a chew toy. That's right. My teeth are used for biting. Please, God. Wait, could I not just use... Maybe... No, that's just still showing me... Ah! I just don't know what to do anymore. I don't know how to make this machine behave. Please stop showing me the fucking tutorial. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm normal. I'm not. That's not true. But I need it to be true. Even if I'm not normal and I say that I'm normal, I need to at least try to believe it so that someday I might actually be normal. This isn't even fake it till you make it. This is a second thing. It's a different, more dignified thing. I have so little cake. Call me a cowboy the way I'm an assless chap. That one might have needed some more time in the oven. That one wasn't fully thought out. Let's see. There's a lot to unpack here, it feels like. Maybe... Can I actually change the color of these guys? Select, group, rotate and flip, select all. Nope. Delete. Cut. No, thank you. Oh, edit color. Here we go. Maybe something more like this. That's slightly more accurate. I look like that one Sega Saturn character, like that one dude who's like made up of orbs. His name is probably Orb Man or something. Let's see. Okay, I understand now that it's just whenever I have like any ambitions to create something, that it's just going to show one of those tutorials. I feel like it's some kind of divine punishment for my hubris. That might be a bit much, but it is how I feel about it. The situation being what it is. I will say, for as many gripes as I have with the program at the moment, I think if I just take this away and work on it independently, that's going to be much less stressful as an experience. Wait, I forgot to change the color of my pants on the back. Let's try this. For these ones, we could probably use the tube tool. We might need a slightly thinner tube. It is a little sad that you can't edit the tube's thickness ex facto. Maybe like this. Yeah, that seems like it'll work. Maybe a different shade of light blue. That looks a little bit too similar to the cuffs. Let's try something else. Somehow even worse. What about this? Why is it so far away from my foot? It's like an orbit. It's more like it. Maybe not this thing tool. Not this one. Here we go. Yes. Okay. It reminds me a little bit of like a mint or something. I don't know. Just the general shape that occurred because of my... There we go. Because of my lack of understanding of the nuances of this tool. That being said, for this next one, I can probably try to... Capsule shape, curved cylinder. Actually, the pyramid would go hard. Me, when I'm an ancient Egyptian discussing the next great public work that our empire will be undertaking. I feel like I learned this a long time ago, but I don't remember why if there's like a specific significance behind the pyramid's shape, or if they're just built like that because they're just built like that. Sometimes it just happens without any sort of pre-planning that you create something that's a banger. In fact, I feel like trying to purposely create a banger is what leads to futility in planning. It's always the thing that you expect the least will get that will almost always get popular. This isn't to say you shouldn't have high expectations of the work you create. On the contrary, I think it's important to have pride in your work in order to properly utilize it, or in order to strike when the iron is hot if it really does become popular. You kind of need to have that faith in it. Okay, can I like... There we go. Okay, if I draw additional skin on top here, is that gonna look weird? Only kind of. I can live with that. Bangers aren't sought out. They're refined from an aura of inspiration. That's true. You know, trying to go into, like, again, there's nothing wrong with having high expectations of the things you create, but if you're trying to like force a banger, it's definitely going to result in that kind of like Mean Girls situation with a fetch, where it's like you're trying to make it happen, it's not happening, and that's not really anybody's fault. It's like the things that become popular do so due to a mixture of social climates, you know, current societal concerns, the subcultures involved, and of course a little bit of luck or misfortune, depending on who you might ask. That's the way it should be, I feel like. If you were able to make like calculated bangers, that would be the worst, right? Like, of course it'd be nice if you never flopped, but at the same time, I feel like that's almost like removing a little bit of, you know, if you remove it, limiting risk is not a bad thing, but if you remove too much of it, then like, what are we doing, really? It has meaning because there's a chance it'll fail. You have that. Need to have that kind of faith in the things you produce. It reminds me a little bit of that one Will Ferrell interview that I read once. I didn't read it. I saw a snippet of it, and it's like he was talking about the process of making that song, like, because I'm happy, come along if you feel, you know, that one. And he was trying to say and trying to think up of like the most saccharine kind of upbeat song, like almost a parody of itself. And then it did really, really well and was exactly what he needed. And it kind of broke him a little bit, I feel like. This is all to say, if you have gained the ability to like foresee what's going to be a banger and what isn't, you have kind of lost something that is very inherently human. And that, again, it's not necessarily a good or bad thing. It's not a moral judgment. It's not flopping is not a crime. Thank goodness for that, am I right? Not for me. I mean, my show is always banger, but like, you know, for everybody else. Boy, I have no idea how I'm gonna do the rice. This is gonna be tough. I already have like some kind of weird like cat mouth jowl thing from my current operations. Is there a way to like introduce curvature to this? Wait, where did it go? Oh, there it is. It looks like I have a huge old unibrow. How did I even get it at this angle? Like, it's not... Hang on. It's sitting at like such a weird jaunty angle. What's up with that? Whatever. Let's try this. It can feel a bit algorithmic programmed or corporate. Like, of course it's not going to flop. It's not designed to flop. This formula has been created to make the perfect hit. Granted, I'm coming from a music point of view, but I'm positive it's true in other artistic fronts. You are right. I do think there is a certain level of safety baked into a lot of it, and that safety is a factor of a lot of things. It's like it's making it, it's sanding it off a little bit, you know, making it a little bit smoother so more people can relate to it, more people can enjoy it, and furthermore, it's taking advantage of the existing fan base. If you introduce something that's too radically different, of course, people are not going to be interested in it, and that's kind of how, you know, big projects that are going in a completely different direction might flop. But I think just because it can be considered a perfect hit doesn't necessarily mean it'll be the most meaningful or everybody's favorite art piece or music or song or whatever. Like, it'll be popular, but it'll be, well, perhaps it's just semantics. I think people will find more meaning in things that are less common but more meaningful to them personally. That's the way it should be. Okay, that's a huge rice grain. That's a little better. God, I'm like, what, 4 years into this whole VTubing thing, and I'm only now just making like a proper rice grain for myself? That's crazy. But yeah, even if you do design something to be universally popular, there's always an off chance that somebody who is just like a what you might call like a contrarian might just not appreciate it anyway. It might be rejected for reasons you couldn't anticipate. $45, maybe? Yeah, that seems about right. Oh wait, I know. I'm in 3D view. Let's try this. Maybe like that. The difference between Michael Jackson and Prince. Both titans, but everybody knew which one was the hitmaker and which one was the pioneer. That's also another perspective as well. And I do think that it is an important distinction to make. Hang on. Custom. Let's see over here. Is this about right? Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, there is also that thought train of like, okay, this person did it first, but this person did it better, or this person managed to. Why is it behaving like that? I thought the issue. Wait, hang on, I've got an idea. Capsule, yes. Okay. Oh god, this is gonna create so many little nodes. It's gonna be so annoying. Why did it... I'm not gonna worry about it. There's really a lot of strange things happening in this program. The roller has some of the greatest pop tunes ever made, but it sounds like a time capsule for 1983. Prince was making music in the 70s, it sounded like it was from the late 80s or 90s. I see. I think it also relates a little bit to that like phrase, your favorite artist. Something like that. Maybe it's important to... maybe it's because they were trying to do new things that they were able to leave such a lasting influence. I don't know. I feel like a lot of Michael Jackson's influence has still... I don't know, actually. Like, people still parody Thriller. People still do, like, the Michael Jackson, like, you know, little kick leg thing. But I guess, like, the period for that has kind of come and gone, huh? Like, I remember reading this Achewood strip from during the time that Michael Jackson died, and a way that they described it is like he was that generation's Elvis. And I think that's pretty accurate as a description. It's very apt. Which way am I supposed to be turning? Oh, wait, I see. Hang on. So if I do it like this... Yeah, okay. This is gonna take for fucking ever to do. I have chosen quite a cruel mountain to die on. But yeah, I remember that during the Drake and Kendrick beef, there was this video that I watched that summarized the kind of basis and events leading up to the beef, as well as like a more general history of like the rap music scene and how it kind of evolved and bloomed and how that culture was established. I'd be fascinated to learn how more modern pop music had that happen, because I feel like pop as a genre, well, I don't know, there were like different kinds of like what do you call, different song styles, but I don't know if there were genres at the time, or maybe there were. It's hard to say. We're never gonna get another celebrity with that amount of star power, I think. That one Caleb City sketch where he does a single move and people faint isn't even that much of an exaggeration. Yeah, no. Definitely. I think iconicness. Anyway, the strength and the icons, the gestures, the kind of, and I'm trying to use this word in the most scientific sense possible. The memes generated from Michael Jackson are super long lasting. Okay, then over here. Come on, bud. Behold, a man. Oh god, it looks like some kind of it looks a little bit like a child's messed up drawing. I look like I drew myself with my left hand. God. It's kind of it's the shape of my dumpy is genuinely bugging me. Hang on. We got to fix this. We got to do something. Actually, hang on. First, let's grab these two and then also transpose them a little bit further back. There we go. We could probably put these a little bit closer in, yeah. This is how perspective works. The thing that you see from the front is also what you see from the back. Trust. I would like to learn more about music history. I feel like it's a very rich area, and because for a lot of it, right, for a lot of its history, it had to be performed live. Like if you have like an underground comics industry, you can pretty much just, printing has become rather cheap, right? So even like underground comics, stuff like that was happening in the 90s and 80s, that could be widely printed, distributed, sold to different bookstores and such. I feel like music is much more, develops in much more insular groups, in much more local ways. And because of that, I feel like its history must be like surprisingly, well, not even surprisingly, but like very rich. At least that's my perspective of it. Oh, absolutely. There's so much you can look into. I have been trying to find a way to fill the hole that's been left in my... I don't know. I feel like this would be great, and this would be a great source for like podcasting, and I do hope that there is a podcast that can maybe meet this need. I love seeing how different cultures interpret psychedelic music. Oh, that would make... Actually, that's a really interesting idea, too. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually, because only the... I feel like it's mostly Americans who had the whole concept of like a hippie and everything. So seeing how other cultures might take that idea of like, yo, peace out, and trance and shit. That would be really interesting, honestly. In the 60s or 70s, there was a psychedelic cumbia trend in Peru. That sounds awesome. Okay, and then turn this 180 degrees. God, the psychedelic cumbia, that's awesome. Can I be pointed to where I can hear that? I would also like to know this information. Come to think of it, was yesterday Bandcamp Friday? I forgot to try and tap in on stuff. Whenever Bandcamp Friday rolls around, I try to like take a quick look into the different genres and stuff and see if there's anything that I can pick up. Yesterday was pretty busy though. It's so sick. My favorite artist is Los Diablos Rojos. Dang. Wrong way. There we go. My sick-ass rice helmet. Actually, shouldn't there be a Taurus we can build? Yeah, there is. Okay, hang on. Let's try and use that instead of these lines. I was gonna say, it's gonna be crazy if they don't actually have a Taurus we can use for building. Yes, dude. Okay. The song Noche Flamenca is such a jam. Let me get that jotted down before I forget. God, it's been, come to think of it, I wonder. Hang on. Noche Flamenca, Banda del Sol, Los Diablos Rojos. Yeah, that'll do. That's probably it. I don't know if I can listen to it on stream though. What the hell? It's not like I'm worried about getting demonetized anymore. Let me load this thing up. Let's see. Not this one. Here we go. There we go. That's a bit much. It's cracking me the fuck up that they just have like like these devil drawings. All right, bro, we get it. We get it. The way that it's interspersed with the psychedelic one too, made with video show. You just know that some dude was in his was like smoking a cigarette and making this, being like, this is the sickest shit. It's looping. We've seen this one. We've seen this one before. He cooked. Ay, Dios. Oh, I like this paisley drawing. It's the same ones! Bro only bro typed El Diablo into Google and only found like 3 results. That's crazy. 4 years ago, 457 views. This is really good though. I like the rhythm of it. But that shit is killing me, bro. You can see, there's definitely gotta be more drawings than this. Surely. Use a Yu-Gi-Oh card or something, bro. Damn. Oh, that very classic kind of slide transition there. All right. Los Diablos Rojos, everybody. Cracking me the fuck up. Alright. Well, I was trying to put rice together, right? I think I remember that was where we left off. God, we have so much rice to add. It's this might be a slightly monumental kind of task. Okay, then over here. Eh? Wait, okay, here we go. Getting there little by little. How do I... Ugh. Come on. Getting warmer. I will say that the one disadvantage of... I don't regret becoming like a ricing VTuber. I am who I am. The past and potentialities are irrelevant. But I will say that the one consistent thing that I found to be a pain in the ass is like rendering all the grains of rice. I remember this was like a huge barrier back when I was making that one-off 3D model. Good times. I should take another stab at that once I have more time to fiddle around with like 3D stuff. I do know that there are like certain ways to render rice in Blender that are very efficient, but I doubt those are available in this current situation. All we can do is like wistfully yearn for more efficient rice rendering technology. God, one thing that I will always have respect for 3D programs for, no matter how crummy they may be, is the amount of effort that I imagine it has to take for like the program to be designed in such a way that it can interpret your movements intuitively. Like, I'm just dragging stuff around on a screen, but if I had to like tell the computer how to interpret those, I would be in some deep trouble. I wouldn't know the first thing about how to do that. I can't even imagine how you would instruct it to understand that. All right, it's I think that's gonna do it. This is something else. At least the signature came out looking pretty clean. Okay. Let's hang on. Actually, before I save this, I think there was also something I wanted to do with the back. No, I think I got that done. All right. Let's save this. But yeah, I do think that, wait, no. Oh gosh, I forgot to add the hoodie. I do think that once you get a better handle on this, it's going to be much easier to do. Like, even right now, I'm kind of thinking about like ways to improve the efficiencies. For example, instead of rendering the rice grains individually, what I could have done is I could have done that like thing where I draw a shape in the air, and then I could have just shaded it to look like rice. That probably would have been less graphically intensive. Well, it's too late for regrets now, I suppose. Okay, that's one. What the? Okay, negative 180 degrees. Please, God. Okay, and then finally back here, we need to add the... Please bear with the tutorial looping just a little bit longer. I feel like I am cooking. There we go. Oh gosh, I am kind of hungry. I should grab a bite to eat before too long. I mentioned on the other day how I sometimes just get a craving for salads. And that's great because I feel great after eating a salad. I feel very healthy. I feel like I am doing my body a service when I eat a salad. It does, however, suck that when I eat a salad, like not even like 2 hours later, I am so goddamn hungry. A good salad can hit so hard. Yup. But yeah, after I eat a salad, like 2 hours later, I'm already hungry again. The soup and the salad are delicious and they nurture the body, but they cannot fill the stomach. Well, and I mean, there's probably like ways you can get them to fill your stomach, but you know, that's not particularly feasible right now. I need to move this a little further up. Looking good. It's still saving. It's taking a minute to save. I'm guessing in rendering the rice bits individually, it really took its toll on it. Adding things like chia seeds and proteins can help, but yeah, that's a problem with salads for sure. That's why you gotta have a combination of them, right? Salads, carbs, and vegetable protein, carbs, and fiber, I suppose, would be the best way to put it. The invention of the crouton was an unbelievable step in fulfilling the true balance of human nutrition. Don't underestimate the crouton. I remember when I was a kid, I would just straight up eat croutons. Like, I thought they were great. Add a color. What color should I make these guys so that they look a little bit more like my actual... They're more kind of like sky blue than this kind of palish blue. It's a little bright, but this should do. I still do that, TBH. There is something to be said for just like gorging yourself on just random snack food. Like the other day, right? I didn't have anything to eat at home, but I did have like 6 slices of bread left from a bag of bread that I bought the other day. So I just finished off the bag. No butter, no dressing, no nothing. I just ate bread. And you know what? After all was said and done, I felt full. My stomach was full. Sometimes it just slaps. There's nothing wrong with simplicity. Sometimes you just gotta try the simplest approach. It's Occam's razor. The simplest answer is most often the correct one. There's a large amount of 3D information on the clipboard. Do you want to be able to paste this information to another program later? No, I think that's okay. We're gonna switch back to CSP for a minute. I forgot about the kind of random tableau that I was building here. That looks so ominous. Why is there underlighting on my ass? It looks like I'm telling a horror story with my butt. Alright, let's get this fixed up. There we go. The horrorful Dumpy. That's that one game where they try to like make Humpty Dumpty kill you. There was like an indie game about that a while back. I remember that. You're on some return the slab type shit right now. Hang on, I need to be much smaller compared to my patron. God. Yes, let's go. Okay, if I select this whole thing and I just... Yeah, there we go. I should try to avoid making it cast a shadow on the ground. Alright, now to really complete the tableau, we're gonna need some kind of background model. You'd feel pretty well in a Katamari game. That's so nice of you to say. Thank you. I forgot that I went back in during like a couple of weeks back and I just bought and snatched up every single background that I could find in the dang old CSP asset store. Well, not really the backgrounds, more so like the background objects. Like, look at this. Why do I just have a car? It's a pretty nice car, though. Pab's got automobile. Playing with my toys. Let's see. I think it's this one. Oh, it doesn't like that I'm playing around with 3D objects like this, I don't think. I forgot how flat I made the sun. Let's move him a little bit further back. All right, let's get you turned around a little bit over here. It is a bit of a shame that my fangs seem to like vanish into my face. Hell yeah, one arm on the side of the... I'm not... Wait, who's driving? I forgot to make somebody drive, and I'm doing some Fred Flintstone shit. We don't need a driver. God, we gotta bring back the Flintstones. The satire you could make on like self-driving cars and shit nowadays would be crazy with a caveman setting. Okay, maybe we can move the sun a little bit further out here. Oh god, please don't get so close. That's scary. I heard there's a chance for a Flintstones movie, actually. I think it's just a rumor, but I'd be down for it. That would be nice, honestly. I would like that. I think, like I said, I think the kind of satire that the Flintstones had back in the day would be really well suited nowadays. I don't know. Is there such a thing as like a caveman boom? Can we make that happen? Hang on, I'm trying to find out which one of these is the window. Mesh 30. Is there a way to like lower the opacity of certain objects? No, I don't suppose there is. There we go. Yeah, I haven't been hearing that Looney Tunes movie with Daffy Duck and Porky Pig has been kind of popping off. So I'm glad that I would be glad to see more of that being possible. I know a lot of people were worried about it for a little bit, but it sounds like it's doing quite well for itself now. It's a relief. Hang on, I'm pretty sure I had like a sphere in the shape of the sky somewhere. Rather, I should say I had the sky in the shape of a sphere somewhere. Actually, this one should work. We should probably make this one just a tiny bit, just a touch smaller. Perfect. We could probably just make this bottommost layer the color down here. I wonder if I could make the sun's outline a little bit stronger. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Make them a little bigger, too. I think this works pretty well. Okay. And now just use the rectangle to crop that to the right perspective. There we go. This is a fun little exercise. I like that. That being said, I think we've accomplished all that we can for today. Honestly, I don't see me doing anything else more interesting with 3D Paint, and the program's a little bit frustrating to use on stream. But thank you all for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I had a lovely conversation. Is anybody streaming right now? Let's see. I think I'm just gonna end stream then. Alrighty. Take it easy, everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Talk to you later. Bye.